In order to understand what a MAC table is, we first need to review what a switch is. A switch is a device that connects other devices together. A switch operates at layer 2 and uses the MAC addresses in frames to facilitate communication between devices that are connected to the switch. Let's take a look at how a switch builds a MAC address table. If I was to take a switch out of the box and set it up for the first time and then connect hosts to it, the switch would have no idea what devices were connected to it. So what the switch does is it actually sits and watches the traffic as it comes in and out of the ports and learns where each device is connected. Let's see an example. If the host with MAC address A wants to talk to the host with MAC address B, it sends a frame to the switch, an Ethernet frame. When the switch receives this frame, it immediately takes the information from it, like the source MAC address and the port that it came in on, and adds that to the MAC address table. It then checks the MAC address table to see if it knows which port the destination MAC address resides on. If it doesn't, it will take that frame and send it out every port, trying to find that MAC address. Eventually, the correct device will respond. When the correct device responds to the switch is going to take that source MAC address and the port that it came in on and add it to the MAC address table. Once it's done that, it's going to continue to forward that communication out the appropriate port. This learning continues to happen as the switch tries to learn which MAC addresses are connected to which ports. There also can be the case where we have multiple MAC addresses connected to a single port, because if we connect two switches together, there may be more than one host connected to that switch. So in the MAC address table, you would see port 1 MAC address A, and you might also see port 1 MAC address E, or port 1 MAC address F. The switch also tries to keep the MAC address fresh by setting a timer on how long these MAC addresses can stay in the table. When that timer expires, it will go ahead and remove that MAC address if it hasn't seen communication from that host. Please join us for our next lesson where we talk about what is flooding.